What's going on, guys? Parker here, and I am back with another video. And today I got my top 4 NBA player props for the day. And before we get in this video, do me a favor and subscribe to the channel down below if you are new. Give this video a big thumbs up as well, as that really helps the channel out a ton and helps push my content out to more and more people, guys. And also, if you have not checked out the first episode of the Football Focus podcast, make sure to click the top link down below in the description, as it'll be the top link. It's a really good episode as we go over everything that's been going on in free agency, give you our thoughts on everything that's been going on and everything like that. And it's really entertaining episode, so I hope you all will check that out. But without further ado, before we get in these plays, I want to talk a little bit about Sleeper. Sleeper is running a free Cade Cunningham square today for new users. You can get access to this free square as well as an 100% match on your first deposit up to $500. That's right, up to $500, guys. There's nothing like Sleeper Fantasy. They pump out the most discounted props, the most free props every single day. There really is nothing like Sleeper Fantasy. Like today for the MLB that's going on right now at 7 a.m., they had a free Tyler Glasnow square. They have a free NBA square every single day. Once the MLB is fully back, they'll have a free MLB square every single day. They're literally just handing out money for you guys. At this point, if you're not making money on Sleeper, what are you doing? Sleeper will be down below in the description. And like I said, make sure to use code FF23 for that 100% match on your first deposit up to $500. But without further ado, let's get right into today's plays. So one sec here. All right, so first play of the day here, I got Kevin Durant over 24.5 points versus the 76ers. Now, this is probably the lowest we'll see Kevin Durant's line at all season long. The reason it is this low, though, is because he's been playing absolutely horribly over the last 3 games. He's been really bad. I think he has a 13-point game, a 14-point game, and a 20-point game. He's going to bounce back, though. We know Kevin Durant is one of the greatest scorers of all time. He's one of the greatest scorers currently in the NBA. He's not going to average 15 points a game over a 3-game stretch and extend that longer than that. It's getting ended tonight. The 76ers allow the 8th most points per game in the NBA to power forwards this season. Durant's over this line with 31 points in his first matchup versus the 76ers this season as well. And he's over this line in 19 of his last 22 matchups versus the 76ers. Like I said, this is the lowest we will see a Durant line all season long. He's going to soar over this line. I just think there's no way in hell he comes out here and stinks it up once again. Kevin Durant's too good for that. He's going to perform well tonight. He's going to have a good night. And overall, this is easy pickings for me is what I'm trying to say. This is an easy line for me to take the over. I think Kevin Durant's going to perform awesome. I think Kevin Durant's going to have a huge night. So Kevin Durant over 24.5 points versus the 76ers is my first play of the day. Next up, I got Damian Lillard over 28.5 points plus assists versus the Celtics. So Lillard's over this line in one of his 2 matchups versus the Celtics this season. He should, however, be over in both of these games. One game was an absolute blowout where the Bucks won by like 35 points, and he barely went under. So Celtics have allowed the 8th most points per game to point guards over the last month as well. The Celtics have also allowed the 8th most assists per game to point guards over the last month. This is a great matchup for Lillard. He should be able to dominate. Overall, prime opportunity for Lillard. The Celtics, we know, we've talked about a lot. They run a ton of drop coverage, and they do not believe in double teams whatsoever either. So this is a matchup that Lillard should be able to exploit, and he should be able to be very aggressive in this matchup. The Bucks, like, God, I can't talk. The Celtics, like the Bucks, run a ton of drop coverage. Damian Lillard runs a ton of pick and rolls, so he's going to have prime opportunities to either get into his pull-up jump shot or opportunities to kick it out, find shooters or find Giannis on a roll, stuff like that. And overall, this is just a prime matchup that Lillard should be able to have a huge night with. So Damian Lillard over 28.5 points plus assists versus the Celtics is my second play of the day. Next up, I got Tyrese Halliburton over 30.5 points plus assists versus the Pistons. So Halliburton's over this line in all 3 of his matchups versus the Pistons this season. He's averaging 21.7 points per game and 13 assists per game this season when he faces off versus the Pistons. So Halliburton has been absolutely dominant in his matchups versus them. The Pistons allow the 3rd most points per game in the NBA to point guards this season. The Pistons also allow the 10th most assists per game in the NBA to point guards this season. Halliburton has been absolutely horrible as of late as well. This is a game he bounces back with an elite matchup. This is a game where Halliburton 100% should be able to have a really nice night against. This Pistons team is horrible defensively. They're horrible at defending guards. And overall, I think he does have a big night. I think Halliburton has a huge game. So Tyrese Halliburton over 30.5 points plus assists versus the Pistons is my third play of the day. Lastly, for my fourth and final play, I got De'Aaron Fox under 27.5 points versus the Raptors. So Fox is under this line in 4 out of his last 5 games. He's under this line as well in his first matchup versus the Raptors this season. The Raptors allow the 6th fewest points per game to point guards over the last month. They have been extremely good at defending the point guard position. This matchup also has heavy blowout potential. There's a high chance that Fox doesn't even finish the full game in this matchup. There's a high chance that, he's pulled early in this game because the Raptors are losing by 30 and the Kings are dominating them. So overall, I just don't think he gets to 28 points. This line is high. This line really should be at like 24.5. So 27.5, that's just crazy good value here. That's a line that we can't pass up on, and I'm just extremely confident that Fox doesn't go over tonight. It sucks taking this under too because I'm a big De'Aaron Fox guy, but it's just too good to not pass up. So De'Aaron Fox under 27.5 points versus the Raptors is my fourth and final play. So those were my top 4 NBA player props for the day. Like I said, if you enjoyed this video and you do want to see more content from me, make sure to subscribe to the channel down below. Give this video a big thumbs up and leave a comment on this video down below because all of those things really help the channel out a ton. And make sure to sign up for Sleeper Fantasy today. Get access to this free Cade Cunningham square. And make sure to use code FF23 for an 100% match on your first deposit up to $500. That's code FF23. And without further ado, guys, let's get a sweep. And I'll see you all in the next one.